so weird because OBS still says we're live. Does this say we're live? Is your stream?
Focus.
Because we're live. Hey, we're back. Hold on, let me pick my mic back up. And we're back, everybody. I have no idea what just happened. I apologize. We lost something happened. Something network related, but we lost Twitch and we lost League of Legends and we just lost some stuff. So, but it looks now like we're back. I can get to our stream. I got to the League of Legends game is back up and running. And so we missed about 3.5 minutes of the game, but I'm pretty sure we're back up and running.
Awesome.
So hopefully that doesn't happen again. We apologize.
Yeah, I took a quick run out, and everyone else was still
in game.
In game. So.
Okay, awesome. So we're getting confirmation that nothing actually happened in game. We just missed 3 minutes of it. Everything the teams kept playing. They saw everything. They have been playing. Nothing happened for them. So we're gonna just act like nothing happened.
Here's what I think happened. Syndra popped the baby Baron in bot lane. They took 2 towers. That's all you missed. Nothing exciting.
All right, so we got some crazy team fights going on right now. Garen using his flash very aggressively again isn't going to be able to take on 4 versus him in the tower right now. So he's going to try to get out of there and, of course, does because he's Garen. But it looks like at this point we've got, 18 to 8 right now in favor of the Free Agents United. They are very quickly getting away with this game. So, thank you. Yeah, you can even tell gold-wise, almost 6,000 gold up as far as the for the Free Agents United. They're definitely starting to take control when Karma aggressively goes into a Aurelia like that. That is a good indicator that team is doing well.
Especially since they have so much vision. Like you saw them run up there and get so much vision. They knew exactly what they could be doing and how far they could push themselves.
All right, so we're going to see just a little bit of slow in the action. I'm guessing it's just because Garen finally went back to buy.
First buy. Not really.
Nidalee is getting
Oh,
very,
Nidalee.
very aggressive.
The Zhonya's after the death. Styling. It was styling.
Oh, absolutely.
But now she has double buffs.
That is very scary on a Syndra, I feel. Especially she's getting very close to that level 16 mark. So we're going to see her dealing some very, very high damage right now. A game that I still feel can go either way. Even though Free Agents are doing very, very well, I think, again, we're at this point where there could be one crazy team fight, and I feel like Rito Please still has the team composition to be able to take this away. They have a Syndra, they have a Caitlyn, they have an Aurelia, which is in its own right, maybe apparently not against the Garen, but in itself is a very scary champion, I feel. So I feel like if they can get a decent team fight now that all of these lanes are just kind of pushing at them, if they're able to either peel away that Garen or get lucky in a team fight, like
No, not like that though.
yeah, I
Not
feel
like that.
Not like that though. Oh yeah, unfortunately, Hecarim diving into that 1v5 did not have the backing from his team yet. It's
pretty similar to what we saw with that dragon, where the Free Agents had started up the dragon, they took it, and then Hecarim dove in and then died, and then all of a sudden we see them take towers and get all kinds of vision control. And Hecarim right there, I was trying to get lefty, I guess. Karma did a good job juking a lot, and then he tried to come around the outside, and then he says, "Oh no, there's everybody here," and so we'll see them be able to. It should not be a 50-50 Baron, as they should get the smite out. There we go. So when they just push everyone off, it looks like Garen just won't stop. We've already talked about that. There's all kinds of speed up for him coming through.
Oh
Good stun from Syndra, and there's the exhaust coming from her as well, and a flash from Caitlyn to make sure that she doesn't get popped by Lucian. Here's Hecarim again diving in everybody.
gosh.
Look at all
Alright.
those shields.
The
that
crazy
Charlemagne pulls
no.
back in.
That's a crazy horse.
And we almost saw Syndra there getting taken down as well by Garen. He popped his ultimate on her, and it just, again, she barely lived, but now they can be able to rotate around and push the waves and, again, just take more control of this game.
Yeah, it's definitely not the first time that I've seen Garen just literally run after Syndra. I think he knows that Syndra is a very high priority, and he knows that she doesn't have her own, other than her flash. If that's down, she doesn't have any extra movement abilities.
Right.
So he knows that he can just chase her down as long as he tries to avoid her stun as much as he can. That's been his plan this most of this game. Has just been run Syndra down, deal as much damage as he can, get her out of the game, out of the fight that they're having. Which it looks like so far has been working for them. So we were also informed that the winners bracket of this tournament, the entire winners bracket is best of 3.
I like that.
So I like it as well. So after
So
this
do these
game is
play
over,
again?
yes, these two teams are going to play again. So I would assume that we're going to stay on this game.
Yeah, that'd
Alright.
be great. I'd love that. I love to see, especially I love seeing best of 3s. We've been all partaking in League KC with the LKC that's been going on there, and I've loved seeing the adaptations that teams sometimes successfully make between games. So I'd be really excited to be able to see what happens here for, especially coming in from the Rito Please, because
Yeah.
I think kind of putting them on the back heel when it comes to the support was a good plan from free agent. So we'll see how this goes, and Garen just running behind enemy lines, and are they really enemy lines at this point when he can just kind of run around and take everyone
There are
on?
his lines.
He has got 3 trailing him
he
and
can-
nothing happening.
He
oh,
can
he's
draw
made a
those
kill out of it,
lines
Goodness.
wherever he wants. They are his
The
lines
ultimate
now.
bait.
too. Well, I imagine a Garen ban forthcoming.
You know, I would imagine, and especially I think when you've got 5 bans now at this point, it's a very easy call to say, okay, we'll find somebody to not ban. Like, we're gonna ban Garen because obviously I only solo queue here is very comfortable with this Garen. He obviously
Yeah.
plays him, and it has been very, very oppressive during this game. I like I was saying before, I think that Rito Please had a very good team comp. And I'm pretty sure that one of you guys mentioned it before, that they have a really good team comp. Like, they have a very meta team comp, other than maybe the Hecarim and the Aurelia being a little bit out, but they have a very good team comp, and it was, I mean, just oppressed by this Garen. Like, they just can't do anything. Whoever he is chasing after, they just can't do anything about it. So I think we're definitely going to see a Garen ban coming out.
Also, shout out to Karma 1-0-13. That's your support stream when you hardly take any kills. I don't know if it's your dream, Glitter. You
It's not my dream.
You take all the kills that you can,
I
and
do
all the blue
not.
buffs. You take all the blue buffs you can.
In norms.
But he just did a really good job of, all right, so we banned out the bot lane. We're going to make sure that we are the ones who are oppressive. And, I mean, for playing against a Caitlyn Nami, which is probably one of the most annoying lanes you can play against, they're the ones who enforce being the ones who oppress and push everything out.
Well, and the higher ranked team
Cough.
does prevail, you know?
Yeah,
What can you do?
All right, I'm going to switch back to our fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. It's all silhouette-y.
I kind of like it.
I
Can we
like
just be
it.
ghosts?
I like it. All right,
We're talking in the dark.
We
it's
are.
beautiful.
No, I don't have to.
We can have ghost stories. We don't have any jokes, but we have ghost stories.
I like this. It's creepy.
It is. So I'm just gonna laugh when like somebody
You're
just
creepy.
hits the back, hits the glass from the other
Right.
side, and
Zombies.
just scares the crap out of us.
I
I
mean,
apologize to all of your
could turn on the
eardrums.
No,
No.
I'm attached right here. Like, this is as far as I can go.
All right, you guys go ahead and talk. I'm going to try to figure out how we get into that next game.
Well,
I don't know.
going forward, I assume we're going with the same team team playing. Post-game interview from Lefty. Sure, come up here, Lefty. You
Well, you
have
gotta
another
play-
game, though. It's a best of 3.
Yeah, you gotta play. Yeah, you gotta play another game.
But come on up.
Put up
You are
straight.
more than welcome to come be silhouette interviewed in the dark.
Yes.
Maybe if we opened those. Well, the overhead lighting was really harsh. I was not digging that. But maybe if we open the windows a little bit.
All right.
But I'm not really rushing into that. Hi, Savage and Jax. I don't know why you guys are here.
They want to talk to you.
I'd like to hear how you guys' matches went. Did they play already? I think so.
Oh, it's not best of 3 now. It's single elimination.
What?
I'm confused.
Maybe
Well,
after the first round, then it's best of 3?
That could
Because we
be.
don't technically have a winner's bracket until
Yeah, I guess
they
actually maybe it
play.
is not best of 3 as of right now because the brackets have been updated after that first game that we've gone through. All the brackets have been updated and the positions have been moved, so it looks like we are moving into what is officially the winners quarterfinal bracket. The first couple teams have been moved to that losers bracket. So they will start play as of next round once we get a couple more teams knocked out of this winners bracket. Again, if you do want to check out that bracket, it is down below us in the descriptions here somewhere. Check it out. It says bracket.
Come on in.
What's up, guys?
All right, we have Lefty from the winning free agent team here.
Hey, stream.
Lefty was a support, Karma.
Yeah. So the bot lane matchup, I heard you guys touch upon it a little bit. Nami Caitlyn was very annoying, and then we had about 3 ganks from Hecarim before 6.5 minutes. So we felt a lot of pressure down in the bot lane. And so how I felt like we contested it is we just sat under the turret and we just said, hey, let's chill out. We're getting ganked. We're getting camped a lot. Let's relax, take our tempo. We scale. And they weren't doing all too great, so we decided that we could take it in the mid game and we would win it overall.
Yep, that's pretty much what we saw. The Hecarim was oppressive in that he was everywhere, but he wasn't really doing anything. And so we kind of counted down, like, when are they going to realize that he's just kind of there?
Yeah, Hecarim, he didn't take Ghost, so he lost a huge damage spike at level 3. If he had Ghost, I think Lucian would have died at level 3, 100%.
Right.
Because it just gives him such a huge damage steroid that it absolutely will just, like, one-shot Lucian. Like, healed, I don't even think he would have had heal off on time if the Ghost was taken by Hecarim.
So you guys were in comms, correct, I assume?
Yes, we were calm.
So how did that Garen pick go down?
He's like, do I pick Garen or Yasuo? And we were like, whatever you're most comfortable with. Just
Garen. Season 2.
Yeah,
just
we pick
running out
comfort
at
over meta, really, and that's how I feel most players should think about tournaments like these. Unless if you get like to the Diamond and Plat up leagues like KC has, then we're like look at meta heavily because that's what's strong right now. But in these tournaments, and we're just like we're having a good time, you know. We just free agent teams, so we decided, hey, pick your comfort, and I picked my comfort on Karma, and it was fun. I had a good time.
What was your guys' thought process behind all the? It was a lot of support bans. We know that 2 of their players play support. But is that what you guys looked at? Their OPGGs or what?
Yeah, I looked up all their OPGGs, and like all 3 of them had like over 50 games plus on Leona, and I didn't know who was where, so it's just like, all right, let's be on Leona, whatever.
Right.
And then the support that played had like 50 games on Nami, and we didn't know who support, so he was just like, you want to be on Morgana just so you have an easier lane? I was like, sure, why not? More bans, whatever.
Sure.
And the Nami had some really troll bubbles, I would say. Flash bubble really far away.
I don't know if you saw her ults as well. His ults. It was it's a her character. I'm calling it a her.
One of the ults was backwards. And
Yes.
I think Stream saw us pinging Mia's on it.
I did not see that.
I
but-
hope it did, because we were just pinging question marks.
Yeah, she definitely airballed a couple as well. So.
Yeah, and it just happens, and when that happens to a Nami, you kind of just lose lane, just because you're not landing any of your damage. You play Nami, right?
Yes,
so you
I
know a little bit of the feels of it. I dabble in a little bit of Nami, so.
Well, that's what we figured. We weren't sure if you perhaps banned out all of their supports, so that Nami was an uncomfortable pick for them, because they just kind of seemed to miss a lot of things. I can't read that far, so if you can read that far, and those questions are for you.
All right, I got to get headed to my next game. I just wanted to come up, say hi to the cast. I had all my fellow casters. Spirit Bear looks beautiful today, so that's all I'm going to say.
Great job. Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Lefty.
Thanks, guys.
Savage, if you spell loser wrong one more time, I'm going to ban you from this chat. Savage.
All right, guys. I am going to hopefully try to play this this ASIO commercial one more time here really quick. I don't know if there's been audio for this or not. I couldn't hear it last time.
Great interview me. Thank you. You may call me Shucks the second.
Nice. I'm going to play this commercial one more time. Thank you again to ASIO for giving us those keyboards for the winners of this match. We're going to take just a quick break, and we will be right back after this.
This is it. This is my moment. My journey to the stage has finally come. Playing with the pros against the pros. Getting here wasn't easy. It took long days of hard work, dedication, and a passion to keep moving forward. And it's that passion that's driving me to keep going, even if I don't know what lies ahead. But I do know one thing. It all started here. This is it. This is my moment. My journey to the stage has finally come. Playing with the pros against the pros. Getting here wasn't easy. It took long days of hard work, dedication, and a passion to keep moving forward. And it's that passion that's driving me to keep going, even if I don't know what lies ahead. But I do know one thing. It all started here.
Hello and welcome back to the League of Legends tournament, KCGameOn number 75. We're back.
Hello.
We are still waiting to get into our second game of the day right now. We are going to be spectating KC Kings versus the KU Esports. This is going to be a very, very high-level game, I feel. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
This is, I think, not last KCGameOn, but the one before. I think this was our finals, almost. KC
I
Kings
don't
is
think
still a
the
pretty new
Kings-
team, I
yeah,
guess.
they weren't here last year, or last 2 times ago.
I think this is the game that I think a lot of people are expecting to go to the finals, if that is not overstepping my prediction powers. So we're going to get a little preview of probably a game that we're going to see here a little bit later tonight again. So I think this could be a really interesting game to see what kind of strategies come out, what kind of strategies don't come out so we won't be seeing anything until the finals type of thing.
Yeah, one of them will get knocked to the losers bracket and then probably clean up their way until they fight back to the winners again. And I'm still confused on exactly when the best of threes and stuff like that will happen. But
Yeah, we'll figure that
we'll
out.
eventually see them play. I would say we'd see them play again unless Kings has to face some like Tempest or another kind of high caliber team that somehow also got knocked into losers bracket, and in which case we'll still get a great finals between
Oh, absolutely.
whoever wins here and whoever makes it to the finals.
Definitely will. All right. So again, we're just waiting on the few last people to get into the lobby here, and we'll be getting into this game. Did anybody do any OPGG on these players' teams? See if we have a little advanced knowledge on who we're going to be seeing.
I did a little bit. I'm gonna reach across Miss Glitterbay here and get my stuff. I looked up because we already know about Kings. So as I'm doing this, why don't you guys talk about Kings and who we've regularly seen be a really big presence in League KC there.
Sure. I think a couple of the big picks again, especially for mid lane, we're going to see that Orianna come out in somewhere, whether it's banned or whether it's picked. I think that's going to be a strong one. And I also think Lucian is going to be one of those highly contested picks in the bottom lane.
Mm-hmm.
It's been one of Captain Jax's favorites. Again, I don't think it's quite what you would consider in the meta at this point, but he plays a whole lot of it. It's one of his go-to picks. So if it's not banned away, I think that's probably one that he'd be going towards. I know that Fire Theft has been playing a ton of different things in the top lane. One of his matches in the league that they just played, he pulled out his signature gangplank again. So I think everybody's...
I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I think they lost that game.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
I wonder if they're going to allow him to play that one again.
But I mean, I think they've just been. I think everybody's still trying to kind of figure out this new patch and what's the best, what they can play, what they do and don't want to play. So I think we could get some really crazy comps and crazy things going on.
Yeah, so looking at the KU Esports, I tried looking some of them up from the names that they put within the tournament and what we could actually look up with the actual summoner names. Some of them are off a little bit, but I know KU Chenny, he's been a friend of mine for a while now. Really strong in the top lane, has always favored Poppy. Ever since the Poppy rework, he's always done really well and makes her work, even though she's not quite meta. But he's also pretty solid, been playing a lot of Galio lately in the top lane. But then he also plays kind of the meta picks right now with Jace and Kennen. So I would love to see a Kennen or a Jace or someone like that that's kind of abusing the meta right now be picked up in the top lane, just because I think that's where we're going to see a lot of explosion and a lot of fights going on there, especially against Fire Theft. Fire Theft was recently brought into to the Kings, and while there's already some synergy between them, I mean, there is still a decent amount of time where they weren't quite together. So I would love to see kind of these two people who you don't look at either one of them to be someone that just absolutely carries and pops off, but you do look at both of them to always play solid, to always play with a really good dynamic. You talked about Lucian, KU's Sprite rather. Looks like they're going to be their AD carry, and he does play a lot of Lucian as well. So either we see Lucian go through and get probably one of the first rotations of picks, or we do see one of the teams look to ban it out, so that way neither one of them pick it up. If we see a Lucian ban or an Ezreal ban, I could see Jax actually bringing out the Twitch. He's been playing a lot of Twitch lately.
Okay.
And then there could be a Draven or a Jinx in the bot lane for a Sprite. So I think I'd love to be able to see that. And then
I wouldn't mind watching a Draven game.
yeah,
That'd be fun.
I think that'd be a ton of fun to be able to pull out in this game. And as far as it goes for like with the junglers, looks like that their jungler's been playing a lot of Nidalee, a lot of Elise, and things like that. So it's kind of up in the air until we really see this first game of who's going to pick and who's going to play what. But I'm just extremely excited to be able to see these two teams really just go at it.
All right, and it looks like everybody is officially in the lobby. We're getting a couple of ready comments in the chat there, so hopefully we'll be getting started here any second. As soon as we get probably a couple more readies, but of course we'll have the big loud boom as soon as the game starts, so everybody will know when the game is starting. But until then, we get to just awkwardly stand here.
Awkwardly stand here. I was gonna let it sit for a minute, but I couldn't do it.
Just make it a little more awkward.
Yeah.
I could see, so in the times I've seen these teams play in the past, so the Kings love to be able to have kind of a rotation game going on. They'll take an objective and then move to the next objective and move to the next objective and always keep the other team on their toes. And really only times that I've seen them get beat was actually a recently good example was Tempest during League KC, the LKC league that we've been going on with. They really contained that rotation and forced them to face them off in team fight, force them to kind of stand underneath tower and not be able to just play the objective game. But once I see Kings doing the rotation game and continually taking objectives and pushing people around the map, it's so hard to be able to actually really kind of come back from that, at least from the teams we've seen. And we really haven't seen a high caliber team like KU, a team that can partake in the collegiate level, can get contacted by high sponsored teams. And so we'll see how KU is able to handle that. KU just seems like so far with most of the games that I've seen them play and played against them myself, I don't know, they're really good. They're really difficult. It made me feel really good that even though I lost, the mid laner said I did a good job, and I was like, all right, I'll take that. We lost, but I'll take that.
Why not?
All right, so it looks like everybody's just trying to move around to get into the pick order that they want to get in. So it looks like there is still a whole lot of movement. Okay, but it looks like, at least on the side of the Kings, they're finally in LCS order. Looks like KU is still trying to get that done as well. Hopefully they're going to start soon. Nope, more switching. Hold on. Switching.
Never gonna end.
Never.
All right, everybody.
That is the game, is them as they move around a bunch.
There you go. Mind games already. I'm not a hostage or a bank robber in a bank robbery.
Yes.
I'm freezing. I did not get the memo to wear khaki shorts and t-shirt.
No shorts at all.
No shorts at all. Just a dress that is not doing well in this freezing cold room.
All right. We are officially into picks and bans for our second game here at KCGameOn number 75. Going to see some jungle bans coming out right away already. So we've got Elise being banned from the side of KU. Lee Sin from the side of the Kings. As well as a Kassadin ban coming out now.
Kassadin, pretty solid ban, I would say. He's actually pretty strong. They buffed him, I think, a couple patches ago, made some AP ratios go up a little bit, and then he just kind of took off. And Neswa's been kind of abusing that when it comes to just his games during ranked as in general. And when a Kassadin gets going, a Kassadin a lot of times just can't be stopped. So it's exciting to be able to, I don't know, see that ban being pulled out there, because it's obviously just a lot of respect coming out.
All right, so again, we see that Nidalee ban as well coming from the Kings. I guess I didn't realize that was nearly as meta as everybody here is making it look.
That was another, like, Elise had been spammed out a lot by the KU's jungler in recent matches, but Nidalee was always kind of up there. If you look at op.gg, Nidalee was up there with the amount of games played, and pretty good win percentage as well. And again, when a Nidalee gets going, it's so difficult to play against. And I remember playing against the KU team, and we tried to, I don't think it's the same jungler, but we tried to, we knew what jungler they were going to pick, and our goal was just make sure he didn't get out of control, and he still got out of control. And I think that's probably what could happen. Well, actually, it was against the Graves, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I definitely know that the KU team has picked up that Graves before. He's, if it's the same KU team that was here or playing in the last December tournament, I know that he was. He played a whole lot of Graves.
Well, his name was like Best Graves in A or something like that. And that's who we left up, because we're like, oh, his Lee Sin will be more scary. And then I've never seen anyone, even the professional level, cancel Graves auto attacks as beautifully as that. But we do see the Orianna getting picked up for Neswa on the Kings side of things, and that's a lot of times his go-to champion. It provides him just safety in lane, great job with team fights, and again, they play around the objectives, and there's that Ashe to also help play around those objectives.
Completely forget everything that we just said about what we thought the Kings were gonna do. They're gonna play. They're gonna play Ashe, which is just not what we were thinking at all. So, Caitlyn also going to be picked up on the side of KU. Again, another very strong AD carry there. I feel like Kings should probably pick their jungle on this rotation, with so many being banned out at this point. They not only banned out, they banned 2 on their side. They had at least the Elise being banned from the other side. I also really like the Kled ban. I feel like Kled is one of those really scary champions that nobody knows how to play or play against. But as soon as you find somebody that does know how to play a Kled, they're just all over dominating the map. So,
and they picked that Fiora, which is Fiora is at the top of the win percentage right now when you look at statistics. And so I love seeing that being picked up, because Fire Theft has loved playing that. He actually was even with I Will Dominate on one of his streams and helped carry with Fiora, even though he got flamed by I Will Dominate, because that's what he does. But it's great to be able to see the Fiora here, and so I think we'll see top pinch coming out from the Kings, and they'll try to ban out champions that do well against Fiora. And I think here we'll probably see some. I'm wanting to say we'll see. Oh, it looks like they're going to swear. I was about to say jungle pinch, because they can Master Link can be able to do pretty well with certain champions. I just don't know if they're thinking about cough cough. Zach is still up, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with this last ban outside, and it's a Lulu.
All right. Actually, I do know that Xeno has been playing a lot of Lulu, just because he has been pretty target banned. I feel a lot of these games he does get that Zyra banned from him, and I think one of his go-tos is to pick up that Lulu. So
yeah.
He definitely has been getting some play on that as well. So we're gonna see. They do leave the Zac open. I would guess the good thing is Kings. I mean, it's hard to get counterpicked on your jungle and your support, I guess, but they are gonna go with that Gragas in the jungle, keeping.
I've seen Gragas support before.
I guess it sure could be.
Not from Xeno. We have not seen that.
So definitely getting their tank in, which jungle is just one of those mystery positions to me. The Zac is locked in from KU, and that was the gasp from Spirit Bear that you heard there.
So the reason I gasped is because, again, I looked up KU beforehand, and I saw Graves played a lot by some of their team knows, but it almost seemed like it was one of those, if I queue up and I get put in jungle, I pick Graves. And so I don't know if that is a Graves top, because I don't know. And at Lux, I am just ecstatic for the KU team.
Wow.
And it almost, honestly, this almost feels like they are kind of pulling out like their B tier.
I was just going to say that, just like we were talking about before, this might be the that match that we're seeing, this preview match where everybody's going to play not what they're going to play in the finals. They don't want to show anything. They want to just kind of feel each other out at this point, because this definitely is a match that we're going to go through the picks and bans again, because it looks like somebody just dodged out of that one.
No.
Well. Who was it? One of the kings, it looks
Master
like?
Link.
All right, the king's jungler has had some problems with his computer
Oh,
lately.
yes.
No, really.
Quite a few problems, actually. But we always thought it was lag. Perhaps it's actually just his computer
Yeah.
that he's now been dropped from the game. So we're going to start over. I imagine they'll respect it and just do same exact picks and bans.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
I don't know why they'd bother not doing that, but we'll see.
Because they weren't expecting the Graves and Zach being both.
Yeah. Hurry up. Shut up down your computer.
Oh, it happened again, guys.
Darn it. You can't pick Zach. But I'm sure they'll get back in really quickly and just get that all repicked. It looks like Maska Link's already back, so we'll get Mark back in the game and start over. Since we pretty much know everything but what the jungler is going to... Well, no, we picked a jungler. I guess we don't know Zeno's pick, or did he lock in that Karma before we...
I guess I'm not sure if he locked it in or not.
I don't
but
know if he
that's-
locked it
I
in
think
or
that's
not.
what he was hovering.
But I could see that being picked.
We're going to go with assume Karma,
Yeah.
because Zeno really... I mean, I guess Zyra's the only thing else that he could do.
I think Zyra was that
Was
not
Zyra
banned? I
banned?
think
Zyra
Zyra
was
was the
banned.
Okay,
fourth
then never
ban.
mind.
Yeah.
That
Yep,
pretty
Zyra
much
was banned.
covers his main
Yeah.
champion pool anyway. He's
Well,
been
I
trying out
think-
some Thresh, but I don't see that
I
happening.
think Karma is a solid pick in there anyways.
Mhm.
When you've got somebody like the Fiora that's going to try to dive in and isn't the tankiest champion, that looks like a great shield subject for me.
Yeah.
When you've got a Gragas that's going to be body slamming in, I think speeding up the rest of the team to get in there sounds like a good idea. So I think it fits with their comp as well, especially when you match that with the Orianna shields you've got.
Oh.
Was
We're not doing the same picks and
no.
bans.
Well, I'm wondering if the Nautilus was. Oh, okay. I'm just really confused.
Perhaps KU asks. Well, no, they were all locked in.
I actually checked. Nobody said anything in game chat here other than, sorry guys, all right, everybody ready?
Well, they
Oh.
are sitting right across from each other.
Okay,
They're
That's
facing.
Yeah,
good.
they
That-
are in the same room.
That's what I was going to say. If they are able to speak otherwise, nothing was actually said in chat. But yeah, maybe they just
And it looks
said,
like someone typed something to you, but that's a risky click.
I know.
on stream. That's always a risky
yep,
click.
Yep, I won't be clicking on that as of right now.
All right, so
But so if that was a Karma pick, then we have Ivern, Orianna, and Karma all giving shields, which is already annoying. It's already annoying playing skin Ivern and an Orianna, but then when you throw that many shields, I mean, we just saw last game where Hecarim tried to dive in and almost kill the Orianna, and then all the shields went onto Orianna, and she like gained her entire health back. So
right.
I could foresee that being again just a really big presence. You know, a good. You know, you're talking about the good shield comp coming out here. So a lot of focus in making sure that Fire Theft and Captain Jax are able to survive and do all the damage they can.
I'm really wondering what they're doing.
I
Did they
don't
just
know.
say, like, okay, we picked the same teams except one champion you can change? Like, I'm not really sure
Yeah.
what.
But all the bans are different too.
Yeah,
so
they're
I
definitely
don't-
banning just
I
kind
mean,
of whatever.
All the A's were banned. Did they
Yeah.
spell something? Let's see. If
No,
they
they
didn't spell
didn't.
anything.
I checked
Boo.
already.
They didn't spell pizza.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Huh.
Because they're locking in real quick, too. I feel like they're not talking about this. They just both said, hey.
So instead of Zach, maybe they said Zach was a misclick because it should have been Nautilus.
That would explain why that was such an awkward
Yeah.
comp.
Which makes sense when it comes to the person who was playing the Graves just whenever they got the jungle. So
Okay. All right.
Not as
Okay.
gas worthy. I'm sorry. I take back my gas.
Yeah, they heard you. They're like, oh, we messed up.
It's interesting though that so then the Kings switched out Gragas for Ivern.
Right.
So maybe it was, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe it was
know.
just a mutual like, hey, yeah, we're gonna each switch to one champ out. I don't
Either
know.
way,
That's-
though, we have.
We
all
will
good-
find out after this game.
Yeah.
I will snag one of them.
But I'm excited for this Lux, and part of the reason that I'm excited is because she's a really unique champion. I love the ability to just catch people out from really far away. However, usually you always give the advantage to Orianna in this case because she can split push with cheaper mana, with lower cooldowns, and early on, the shield kind of helps against Lux's passive. I don't know. In all honesty, whenever I've seen a Lux picked on the team, I mean, I already love picking Orianna, and that just makes me even that more excited to pick Orianna into Lux. So we'll see how they're able to do that. Yours is also doing the same thing mine was. I think it's a recent bug where do you see how all their summoners on the other side are blocked off?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
just
that happened to
gone.
me when I was streaming and shoutcasting the other day, but it looks like that's a cleanse for Nesua.
I mean, I would almost imagine so
I would
when
hope
you're
so.
when you're looking against the Lux that
Well,
while
and
the,
a Nautilus and a
yeah.
Nami, yeah. So, but I don't know. I'm excited. Plus, like kind of an old classic combination is Lux Caitlyn because Caitlyn throws down her ult on someone if they're low, and everyone tries to get in the way to body block. But then now you can be able to Lux ult like an entire row.
Yeah,
of
right.
people
If
they go and
everybody's
block, so
yeah, everybody gets in to try to block it.
one of my favorite plays was I think this was years ago. Someone played Lux support, and it was like, oh, okay, we'll see how this goes. And we 100-0 someone because between the Lux ult and between like myself and the Lux because like exactly what I just mentioned, like they didn't want to get hit by the Lux ult, and so they moved like everyone spread out of the way, and like they just came right down the middle and killed them. So I don't know. I'm excited to be able to
I
see
like
kind
it.
of this long range, but still have a good engage. And even though I feel like they are kind of hiding their team comp, I think KU still has a really good focused team comp. But I gotta give it to Kings a little bit here. All that shielding is just so annoying to play against.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to depend on how late this game goes because I feel like the damage coming from KU is going to outscale their shields at some point. Because Nautilus can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those super weird tanky guys that just deals a lot of damage too. But when you throw in all of a sudden a Graves, Caitlyn, and a Lux, like those are some heavy hitting champions that are going to scale really well going into the late game, and I think that that's going to outscale those shields very quickly. I was going to say, I think they have to, and when you're looking on the side of the Kings, they don't have nearly as much damage. They're relying a lot, I feel, on this Fiora to get in there and do what she's going to do. They're going to be shielding her, trying to shield probably the Ashe to get in some damage, but again, not nearly as much damage as your Caitlyn. It takes one, Nautilus ult or a quick Lux bind, and all of a sudden Fiora is stuck just sitting there for a second. So I think if they're able to predict that Fiora dashing around a little bit, get a good stun on her or a snare, that KU is going to be able to win some of those team fights.
And really, I know that you said that they're kind of hiding their comps, but Neswa and Fire Theft, these are both their number one picks. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that KU left them open kind of, I feel like, to taunt them into them. To kind of see, like, go ahead, try us. But could be interesting. I don't know. The Kings are, like you said, kind of squishy in comparison. That's a little nerve-wracking.
All right, so you are currently seeing what we're seeing, a giant black screen, but as soon as this game loads up, we are for sure in for a fantastic game. Again, this is our second game that we are taking a look at today. KCGameOn 75. This is the League of Legends tournament. Make sure also as well you take a look at some of the sponsors. We have them up on a couple of the pages. If you go to KCGameOn.com, make sure you check out those sponsors. AZO is one of the big ones, especially for the league tournament here, as they are giving away some of their MGK L80 RGB backlit mechanical gaming keyboards to the winners of this tournament. So thank you very much again to them. We've been playing their awesome commercial kind of in between games. So if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you tune in after this game for another look at that. Also, make sure you go down and check out all of the vendors in the lobby if you are at the event here. There's a couple different vendors, including AZO. They're down there. Check out all their keyboards. There are some really sharp looking keyboards. Look really nice. So. And you'll be able to ask the winners of this League of Legends tournament how those keyboards feel. They'll all be getting some. And everybody get hyped because we are hitting our first pause of the day. You know, here's the thing, guys. We didn't get nearly enough time to just talk before.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but unfortunately, we're not going to get any time to talk right now either because that pause is officially over. We're back in the game. And I turned chat off, so I have no idea what it was about, but
I don't know.
I'm guessing it wasn't super important. So
The classic Kings group as 5 and get in there and invade somewhere.
Absolutely.
But it's really good because you have Ivern. And Ivern, if you're not careful, can 3-buff people.
Oh, yeah.
By 3-buff, we mean go in there and just very quickly take out just all the major buffs. You know, Ivern's not a typical jungler. If you are somewhat new to League of Legends or haven't really seen, you know, a lot of the higher elo play, Ivern is all over the place and doesn't actually attack any of the monsters in the jungle, but he can go and just like
he sets them free.
He sets them free. Thank you very much. Exactly. And he can do that really quickly with when he has smite. And so you got to make sure you can keep eye on the jungler, and KU should also try to keep an eye on where Ivern is, so that they can make sure that if he does try to go over and take their own red or blue buff, okay, hey, now I, as Graves, can go take the other one, which I think Graves is a fine pick into Ivern because of how fast Graves, and healthily, Graves can be able to jump in there and clear everything out.
Yeah, the only thing is the KU didn't get any type of vision other than that one ward right there in the river. Kings have quite a bit of vision sitting around, so it looks like KU is going to see if Ivern goes after that blue buff. They do have a ward sitting there, but that's about it. So they don't know exactly where he's starting and what he's doing. They're probably at this point just going to try to prevent him from stealing anything. They're probably not too worried about his early game. Just want to make sure that they get all of their buffs and all of their farm in their jungle. So looks like Ivern is going to stay pretty safe at this point. Just make his rounds in his jungle and do his power farming thing that Ivern does.
Captain Jax taking a book, I would say honestly, from Rose, a page from Rose's book. Oftentimes when they've played against each other, Ro, actually in the game that Tempest beat Kings, Ro every single time went with that Doran shield and was able to just kind of barely squeak ahead, and a lot of times that is attributed to that Doran shield, and so I think he's taking this Doran shield realizing that they're going to get poked out a ton by this Caitlyn and Nami lane. So I really like seeing that Doran shield again. We talked about it last game, but to be able to help kind of give more regeneration in lane is going to go really far as they just get shoved in by a Caitlyn Nami lane. Exactly.
I was just going to say that, especially when you're looking at a Caitlyn Nami lane, I think you need all of the sustain that you can get. Unless Xeno is very, very efficient with those shields, you need a little bit of sustain there.
I was worried in the top lane at first. It looked like Fire Theft was eager to fight. Oh, well, maybe I should be worried again. Because I thought he was going to get beat out pretty quickly. And now he kind of took a lot of damage there. He'll be all right. But
I honestly could see like a quick little dive coming out here if he's not careful.
Yeah,
KU has
Graves is up there.
Immaculate communication, and they really know the limits of all their champions. And you're right, Graves is up there. And okay, I think he's just going to get out of there.
He is going to head away. Fire
Oh,
Theft did
goodness.
actually. It looks like Fire Theft's ward in the river did just disappear,
here-
and,
here
and
it
it
is.
looks like Graves actually saw it.
Yep.
He is going to get in there. Oh,
Stay under
actually,
your tower, Nathan.
wow, a lot of damage coming out from Fire Theft very quick. He did flash to get out of that Graves queue, but it wasn't quite enough to stay alive. Giving that first blood over to the Graves, assist going to the Nautilus. They are going to be able to get a little bit ahead right away. It looks like Fire Theft is going to burn his teleport, which means Nautilus is going to do the same. So both be stuck up in that top lane for a little bit. Graves coming in is going to get a little bit of a flank onto the Orianna, but he does not want to stick around for that.
This is what I was talking about earlier too, with Orianna just being able to be oppressive in lane, just throw her ball around a little bit. And it's, I mean, it's really pretty easy for an Orianna to be able to make sure that Lux wastes her mana either in trying to keep up with farm, so then now he doesn't get focused back, or trying to save herself and do damage, and then she gets behind in CS, and that's what we kind of see here as we see a hook going on. Great giant shield coming out there, so the turret does nothing, and Fire Theft is down in CS, and might be able to catch up a little bit here as Ivern is coming through here. Does not quite land his snare and his stun right up in there, and we'll just get a little auto attacks in there as he creates some rush, so his auto attacks become ranged, and just kind of walks away. So great job from Chenny, just making sure that he could just step out of the sidestep real quick, do a little fancy move as he's a ginormous, just aquatic being, and just doesn't get hit up right in through there. Oh, KU Chinny's in the bot lane? I wasn't paying attention. When did that happen? Why is KU Chinny down there?
I don't know. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
I was
he's
just
always been
started
their top
looking
laner.
at names there, and
Well, the Kings had a roster change, and so did KU, I guess.
All the
Yeah.
top lane changes.
I do appreciate that, well, he was doing a good job. Fire Theft has learned from mistakes in the past. He's been dying a lot to ganks.
Oh,
he's gonna-
man.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
that was impressive. He's been dying a lot to ganks lately in the top lane because he hasn't had vision out, and he's done a lot better on that. And even though it's still kind of bit him in the butt there, but that's just because that Graves was very well aware of when that was going to expire and everything.
Never falter. Not beyond all.
Good trade coming out on the side of Kings, making sure that Chenny and Nami, not the top laner, but Chenny having to taking a little bit of heat there as Captain Jack Sparrow and Xenocide are making sure that they aren't being bullied around and they are pushing the damage back.
And it is a little scary to have a top laner that switches to support because, I mean, top is, I call it anyway, second support, buffer support. And so already knowing that role, how to kind of set plays and help everybody else get the kills, it's intimidating. It could be anyway for Xeno to keep up with, but he's doing just fine so far.
Do you bless his Nami?
No, he's missed as many bubbles as the last Nami. So. We'll see though. They just forced Xeno to not back and stay. Everybody's low on mana, so I'm not really sure what's going to go on down here bot lane.
yeah, I think we're playing the who's gonna back first game in the bot lane here. So everybody is basically just pushing those waves as hard as we can.
Ooh.
Shockwave coming out from Neswa in the mid lane. The flash going to be burnt from Master Kinky as he is trying to get out of the rest of that damage.
Is it Pinky or Kinky?
It's Mr. King.
It is definitely Mr. Kinky. I did not say that
Oh,
wrong.
okay. I cannot
Damage,
read that far, so I'm
damage
just
coming
going off of what you
into,
tell me.
You have
To
your
the
eyeballs
Ivern.
in.
No.
Binding
Alright.
misses, and also and also the anchor will miss. So there's not going to be any stunning up or any CC as they try to push LYX from jumping in there, and he's able to clean up that pink ward. And this is the strong part about Ivern. Ivern can jump in there, take a buff, and that leaves the remnants after you're level 5 for someone else on your team to come by, walk within the radius of it, and then you also get the buff. So it is the mid laner's dream to be able to get in
Yeah.
there and just walk over, and I have blue buff now,
Absolutely.
especially on an Orianna.
All right, so teleport for Nautilus is almost back up. It looks like it's got just a few seconds. It is officially back up. Everybody is hitting level 6. We've got ultimates available. I think we're going to see some action here very soon. As long as he's probably going to need to push that that top lane out a little bit. But we have hit that critical mass. Everybody is basically looking for and waiting for that moment to go in at this point. We're probably going to see just a second to wait for the KC Kings teleport to come back up as well. Although now Ashe does not feel nearly as comfortable using that arrow.
That ult, she's going to go down.
Yeah, lots of damage, and the shockwave coming in again. The ball gets thrown out one more time to deal the fatal blow to Lux in the mid lane. Man, not nearly as much diving as that Garen was doing last game. I'm a little bit disappointed. I think Nautilus will have the same ability too a little bit later in this game, but Fiora definitely cannot take as many tower shots. Ivern takes the blast cone coming around. Arrow comes out, and Chenny actually does flash, but he still gets caught up by the arrow. Lots of damage coming into him. Is going to be taken out, and Fire Theft actually goes down in the top lane to that 1v1 against Nautilus.
The commentator's curse, said there's not been enough diving, and then we see him dying with all the minions out there, and he's behind the turret.
Oh, man. All right, Fire Theft. Too much diving. Too much diving. You're not Garen. See, there's the difference. Unfortunately, if anybody is a little bit new to League, Fiora does not have nearly as much armor as Garen does, and Fire Theft is actually going to burn his teleport to get back up there. He's going to be chasing that Nautilus down. Ooh, that was really close. That was really close.
Lux almost stole that.
So Fiora tried to get back up there to grab that Nautilus because he did not go back. Tried to get in there and get enough damage done, but he was able to get out back and uses his teleport now to get back up the top lane. So no flashy teleport plays coming in after everybody has hit their ultimates. So we will have to wait just a couple more minutes until we see that.
A lot of KU's pressure, again, is being shown in the bot lane. I think Lux at this point is just trying to survive and not die anymore. And even though Ashe, the kill went on to the right person, Ashe got the kill, as we see a little bit of fighting on the top side. Fire Theft trying to be able to do a lot more damage and is able to hit that weak spot and then jump back out there. But I think he kind of lost that fight because he does not have red buff.
Oh, man. Ultimate coming in again onto that Lux hitting. And flash coming out from the Nautilus in the top lane. He apparently, after that shield is down,
great job
he's able to deal a lot of damage.
Good cleanse and flash out of there, making sure that he
Got out of the bubble and the stun. That's crazy.
Wave coming up from KU Chenny. They're going to continue chopping down. Here's the exhaust coming in onto the Orianna. And arrow from downtown misses. Great flash coming out. And actually we see Xenocide flash and able to do the Matra Q. Huge AoE amount of damage, and is able to turn that entire fight around. What looked bad for Lux and then looked good and then immediately turned bad for Lux again.
Oh man, that was a crazy amount of dodging and just everybody being in the right place and coming into that fight at just the right times. Absolutely crazy, because it was looking really bad for Orianna there for a second, but then Ivern came, flash shielded him. He was able to get out, and then everybody just came in, and it turned into a big fight. Lux the only one going down in that fight, and Nautilus just trying not to die as he watches his tower just go down. That is going to be the first turret going down in the favor of the KC Kings. It's a little bit of an advantage. They are now just over 2,000 gold ahead this early into the game. 13 minutes in.
Do you see Graves on the bot side? They look like they're trying to win backside. Look like, and I think they're going to be able to get this kill onto Ashe. The exhaust does go down. He misses some of the abilities there. Xenocide tanks up the ultimate. Bubble misses as well. KU Chain, he's trying to get out of there, make sure he doesn't die. And looks like they're going to try to proxy up this wave a little bit here, but here comes a collapse from Orianna. Orianna is definitely going to be able to throw the ball over the wall, be able to spot out some vision.
And KU is stuck now.
Stuck right when they're actually Xenocide actually gets taken down by Graves, but here comes the command shockwave, takes him out, and Lux also misses the binding. Double kill coming out for Nesso as he will take Nami out on the backside. But we also see coming in from the Kings, while the entire thing is going on, that they get Rift Herald, which again had that big change, and it's great to be able to see Kings, make that a priority, even though there's a big collapse in the bot lane.
Yeah, KU putting just a ton of pressure bot lane and really coming out way behind in that. I mean, 2 kills to 1 and just a lot of time wasted, allowing Kings to get that Rift Herald too. Like that really put them behind at this point. 3,000 gold now, plus Kings have that Rift Herald to do whatever they want with now. So, man, that was they had a really good play down there, I thought. Graves coming in at just the right time. A lot of damage done on that Lux on that Ashe already, but unfortunately they just weren't able to hit all of the skill shots that they needed.
Yeah, they really backed off. Well, they could have gotten Ashe, I think, easily. I don't know if they. I mean, they obviously had vision that Ori was coming, but I would say almost at this point it's worth it. Dive that Ashe and get out because you're getting collapsed on. You're 12 years old.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're simply naming the champions of the game.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted to get that Ashe, and then it didn't happen.
All right, so Ivern is now part of the bot lane. He is going to help them push and try to get this tower down. Looks like they're trying to put the pressure on bottom lane now, but Caitlyn should be able to clear up this wave pretty quick.
Looks like they actually gave the Rift Herald to Neswa, who's... Did he just spawn it right now? Am I crazy? Thank you. No, they gave it to Ivern. Okay, good. I was like, where is it?
All right, and we do have just a minute here before Dragon spawns, and I didn't see what it was, but I know
I think it's Infernal.
I don't think that picture is that picture accurate anymore.
I don't know. I've seen it sometimes where it's not.
Yeah, I feel like it's not super accurate.
Fair enough. It's not the Elder, so we're good. We won't say that
Exactly
one.
right. All right, Graves coming
So
in
much
is
damage.
going to be able to help create a little bit more damage, but Ivern
Oh,
right
great
there
route.
spawning Daisy is going to be able to take down the Graves as well as tank up a little bit of that turret while they try to get some damage.
Oh
get
my
some.
Death Charge, able to take out 2
Oh,
people.
no.
Great job coming on the backside. Fiora does actually sneak around, dives a turret, goes to tower number 2, and is able to take out the Lux. But great job from Piggy Mean coming on the backside, making sure that the CC from his ultimate knocked up 2 people. Misses the hook within there, but Fire Theft also misses his riposte, and now is turning back the damage. His ultimate, trying to make sure that he can actually proc all of the vitals within there so that we can actually get a giant AoE of healing. Oh, great hook coming in there.
no.
Red buff, blue buff. He's going to be going
no,
down.
He is going down. All right, so that extended trade
Great
turns
flash.
into a 3 for 2 in favor of KU. And we are seeing KU going very low in that bottom lane there. Graves coming in to back them up. I don't think that Hawkshot saw Graves.
No, I don't think so.
It looks like it is a Mountain Drake that spawned. I just started looking.
Something I want to point out that's happened twice now. Actually, I want to hold off on that because Graves coming backside. He gets exhausted. He's trying to do the damage he can onto Captain Jack's. Rift Herald gets spawned. We see Xenocide taking a lot of damage coming back from the Q and the damage, and he actually gets out from all of that. Lux ult snipes on the
Oh,
backside. That's why I love Lux, because that is just so exciting to be able to see that. But we see another turret going down. That Rift Herald doing so much damage, and I think they could stop it here, but he actually gets rooted up there, and Piggy Mean trying to do what he can. Gets Shockwave back into everything. Go ahead and anchors himself out. Neswa trying to dive in tower, make sure they can do that. Flashes forward, use the command attack from the ball, able to do a lot of damage. Lux isn't able to actually root up anyone, and they just kind of saunter on out of there.
Yeah, traded that middle turret for the bottom turret there, but I think that Rift Herald probably caught them a little bit off guard as they were all already bot lane there. Taking everything from KU's jungle as they walk out as well.
So we have a 4-1-3 Oriana. Whenever I start talking, they're going to start fighting again. But we see Captain Jax being fearless as Lux does miss her abilities. Level does land.
no,
Here comes
he's
all
dead.
kinds of damage coming out. They blow all their ultimates they can, but they do take out Captain Jax. And I think he was trying to get up there and make sure that he could stave off everyone so they didn't get the pressure in mid, but gets picked out by the bubble from Nami. Just wanting so badly for Glitter Bay to bless his Nami and say it's okay, and they get the kill because of it.
And
All
they're
right.
gonna get that dragon, the
Yep.
mystery dragon that we still don't know which one it is.
Is a mountain drake.
Okay.
So they now have that additional pressure. If they didn't have enough pressure on those objectives and those turrets already, they now have an additional mountain drake to help that siege out. So they will be very strong into that. As soon as they're trying to go for a lot of those turrets, they're going to be able to get that extra damage to make that siege even quicker.
And they really do have a really good siege team
Oh,
comp. You already have a good siege comp by itself when you have Caitlyn, but when you have a Lux in there, you have all kinds of slows and CC, long range snare. You have the ability for the traps to be laid out there, some bubbles, and so that's
Give an extra
that's a pretty
80 carry in Graves as well, just
Exactly.
to deal that extra auto attack damage to the turrets.
So one of the first points I wanted to make that there's really good communication coming out from the side of Kings, because there was twice where Nesua was getting ganked on and a lot of damage coming out, and you see immediately that redemption coming out. And that's just amazing. Again, redemption being built out really quickly from Ivern, and so they're able to communicate really fast. Like, hey, I'm getting ganked on. Boom, it's dropped right away, and that's helped Nesua survive a couple times. And it didn't help Captain Jack survive, but again, like the speed by which those things are coming out is just showing that Kings really are on the same page, and it's paying off for them. We see them up by 1 kill, but more so up by about 2,000 gold. And so we'll see if they can continue to be able to push KU around and win in these objectives.
KU has also had a very odd strategy, and I don't know how this is going to pan out for them. Maybe it works better later, but they seem to like to blow their ults either to begin fights or like before they're going to back, which I understand you're going to back, reset, but there's still a healthy gap before you're coming back.
To be fair, there's not a gap when you're playing Lux. So that back, you're
That's true.
coming back to lane, and your ultimate is back up.
That is true for Lux, but Caitlyn has done it.
Right.
I've seen Nami do it. And especially since there's been so many times that the Kings have stopped backs from happening, it's a risky strategy to go with. I guess it hasn't totally hurt them yet, but something to think about going on.
We are seeing a huge vision game going on, pretty much starting around minute 8 or minute 10. Everyone's dropping pink wards. Everyone's trying to be able to catch everyone out. Actually, Steven catching someone out there. We see him use the blast cone, and he jumps right into Mass Link, and he shields and walks away, and they kind of just both nope right on out of there.
I'm guessing he would have kept going if Nami would have been on the right side of the blast cone. But
Oh, shockwave
Oh,
into the
wow.
snare. So much damage. Katie Chandy trying to use the tidal wave coming out there, and it doesn't actually even come out. So just a great pick using that shockwave. Not necessarily on cooldown, but just whenever he sees the opportunity to make sure that he can pick someone out there. He's not waiting for a big group or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's just picking off the one person and getting
and
that kill.
I think he's hit it every single time that we've seen him
Think so?
throw it out, which almost invariably is gonna mean that champion is killed.
Right.
Early Baron, we saw both people pinging it, so
Wow.
I think they're both understanding that something's going on here. No blue trinket coming in from the side of KU, so they are going into this super blind. But remember, or did I say that and someone does have it and I just can't tell? I think, yeah, I think
here's the
Caitlyn does.
teleport. I'm trying to
Teleport
have
coming in
it.
from Nautilus on the other side. Fire Theft is not
Oh,
channeling target.
no.
Oh, so much damage coming out there, and actually they just all run right into Nautilus. Nautilus using depth charge, been over a lot of people. Double kill coming out there, and Graves actually on the backside with the collateral damage picks up Oriana, and they just completely wipe everyone, well, not everyone out there. Fire
Three.
Theft and Master Link both still have that Baron buff, which is going to help Fiora push on the bot side, but
I was just gonna say that. So you traded 3 kills for the Baron buff on a Fiora,
yeah.
who right now Nautilus just used teleport, so he's going to be right now they're going to be racing KU racing down that middle lane four champions strong. They're definitely going to get a lot of damage onto those turrets, if not be able to take it down. Nautilus is going to try to hold on to this this Fiora as long as he can, but he's going to start taking some damage, especially when he starts
Nathan.
getting hammered on by these minions as well. But he's going to do his best to clear them out as well as he can. But Nathan knows
Here
that
comes
he
the
needs
collapse.
to Fiora needs to get out, because yes, the collapse from KU is coming in.
But he does have the Baron recall, so he is fine.
That's true. That is very helpful in those types of situations. So my guess is Fiora is going to continue that split pushing until this Baron is a little bit more used up. But definitely actually kills going over at this point in favor of KU. Gold's still up almost 2K to the KC Kings, even after 3 going down in that Baron fight.
3 going down, and didn't they get 2 turrets out of that? And
Yes.
Fiora got 1. So
Yep.
if we talk about in terms of Baron power play coming from the Kings, okay, they are a little bit down. They're minus a little bit with that, but they maintained. We talked about probably like 3 minutes before, hey, they're up by about 2,000, and KU is slowly closing that gap, but I mean, it's just not quite there yet. And I would love to see this Caitlyn be able to get in there and do a little bit more, because 0-0-4, great job on farming, just completely crushing it there. And
Yeah.
Orianna does get caught out there.
Oh,
This could be
no.
it. Here comes a big shockwave and a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
damage. There's all the ultimates. Flash coming
Oh,
up from
the
Nessua,
cleanse.
and Xenocide is able to get his shield, and they run on out of there. Great job trying to pick off
Oh.
Nessua. He blows a lot to make sure he can be able to jump out. But I think look at that, the push they have on bot side, and there's one call to come in there for Dragon rather, and they're turning around. They're not actually going to pressure down that turret, and they're all going to try to collapse onto the KU as they're going after, and they actually do pick up the Infernal Drake, and we also are seeing it fight in top lane.
All right, and it looks like the
Oh,
Kings
there's the
are
root.
going to engage onto KU here. Giant heals coming in from the Nami, but he may be getting caught out. Everybody looks like they are going to disengage as that Caitlyn was about to join the fight. I mean, that's already a pretty scary Caitlyn. When
Yeah.
you got an IE and a static Shiv plus a Zeal, that's already that's already getting really scary. Interesting again. I don't know. It's interesting to me that the Caitlyn went for the static Shiv versus the Runon's Hurricane.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, look at that damage coming across. And the direct to camera wants us to go back up top as everyone's fighting up there. Captain Jax does not get caught out either. And they are able to clear out that wave. And I think that's part of the reason she went static Shiv, is to be able to help with the wave clear as she does get rooted up there. Oh, great job for the
Oh,
command
no.
shockwave. So much damage coming out there. Caitlyn trying to do what she can as she gets exhausted up there. Does still get the headshot and takes out the kill. Captain Jax on the backside. And Fire Theft does show up so that we can make sure that he supports his team. There go. Yeah, clear out that vision. Go for it, buddy.
The Kings really did not use their Baron advantage at all there. I don't know why they didn't realize, or maybe Fire Theft didn't communicate that he could not, even with Baron, really out 1v1 the Nautilus. I mean, to be fair, Nautilus was smart. He played under tower. But he wasn't winning that lane by himself. And so there was really no point for him to either be by himself up there or to not be like with the team, you know?
Thank you to chat as well. They informed me that Hurricane does not stack
that's
the
right.
headshots anymore, so that is my bad. That is completely right. So Caitlyn going static Shiv is going to be able to get just a little bit higher DPS with those types of items versus the
Oh, those
Runons at
traps.
this point.
The ultimate coming out there, but
Oh, yeah,
Captain
being
Jax
caught
catches
out.
out the Caitlyn. So much damage. Command shockwave. Xenocide. Scumbag Xenocide picks up the kill.
All right.
I think that's his second KS so far.
And I would say I actually am a little surprised Caitlyn nor Nami have any either Mikkel's Crucible coming in for the Nami or QSS coming in for Caitlyn, because you get by an Ash Arrow, you get hit up by the Ivern with his Q, and I can't remember what
His
it's
root,
called.
yeah.
His root, you're done.
dead. Yeah.
And so they can, or even, I mean, hopefully this never happens, but what if Karma gets onto you somehow and she's able to tether onto you and you root onto you? You're just done from that. And that situation right there, if he had QSS, he QSS and runs away, and they wouldn't lose this tower because of it.
All right. So that
Oh, root underneath
4-0
tower.
Oh no.
4-0 and one split push going on. See a lot of damage coming out from that Nautilus. Is able to just half health that Fiora very quickly, but
Use all
again,
his abilities, though.
yeah, exactly. So the good thing is Fiora knows that. Oh man,
Oh.
everybody jumping onto Nami as he gets just too close to that ward. Didn't realize that everybody was that close. Flash coming in from the Ivern does not land that root though.
Oh,
Looks
double
like-
snare. Here comes a lot of damage coming out there, but look at all those shields that are able to be put up there. And Masslink trying to get out there. Graves, dives in there, gets the kill, and actually is able to get out there because another great job with the lifeline. And flash over the wall is able to get the headshot on the Captain Jack. Now able to dodge forward, looking forward to get a kill onto. Oh, and actually, Nautilus actually got TP'd on the backside. Great job coming in, double kill for the 3-1 and 6 Caitlyn now.
Ouch. Yes, Caitlyn has officially turned on, guys. It is almost 29 minutes into the game, and that Caitlyn was playing aggressive.
Yeah.
He knows that that he's got enough items now to be able to get some kills, and he was not stopping.
But look at the gold again. Even though, again, now they're up 16 to 13 kills, that can be deceiving because once they clear out these minions and get everything pushed out there, they're going to be still down by about 2,000 gold. And granted, though, there is a lot of freestanding gold right there. There's another turret that they're trying to close that gap with. And actually, it's great because they get control of this Baron now, and they've cleared out vision. They're trying to be able to jump in here and take this out. Fire Theft coming backside, trying to be annoying a little bit there. They're not really taking this down that fast, but they might just get it conceded to them because, yeah, I think the Kings are just all backing off.
Yeah, Kings know that while it might not have been the fastest Baron take, they weren't going to get there in time to do much about it anyway. So they let them have that Baron, and they and all of a sudden, Kings finally feel like they are on a little bit more of the reactive side of this game. So they're going to have to start playing a little bit more defensively, or they're going to just have to land a root from Ivern or a solid arrow from Ashe. They've been doing that for most of this game already. Just a quick arrow or a quick shockwave coming in from Orianna can get him a kill or two. So they're going to have to play a little bit safe unless they feel really comfortable that they're going to get a clean pick.
But we do see that QSS coming on for Caitlyn there, and that's what we talked about a little bit earlier. Like, hey, let's make sure that Caitlyn can stay safe, and as long as Caitlyn isn't the one to get chain CC'd, then that QSS is going to really save him the game, and we saw what Caitlyn can do. Oh, so much is caught out, and I don't know what Xena was doing. They're just kind of standing, but so much damage coming back on onto that side, and even though Lux used the ultimate, Lux is going to get the back up here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
So the Kings have vision now that Caitlyn and Nami are down there, separated from the rest of the team. They've got 4 versus these 3, not even 3, 2.5. If Nautilus can come over.
They can't kill those minions.
But yeah, they can't get it up there, so.
Yeah, that's,
and they're going to lose the turret because of it.
Nesua somewhat caught out. Shockwave actually pulls him out of the way of the arrow.
Yep.
Fire Theft doing his own tower diving that he can. There goes that arrow. And actually procs all the vitals. Piggyman trying to do what he can to just stall everything out there, but does still get taken down by the Fiora. Caitlyn killing Daisy. How rude. But now turning on to Xeno. Xeno realizes that he's taking a lot of damage, and Caitlyn just doing what she can. So much damage, exhaust. And actually does take out Xena's side, even through all the exhaust. Actually, there's the exhaust coming out of Captain Jack Sparrow. Bubble does not land, but all kinds of headshots. And it gets rooted up there, stops the chase on Captain Jack. And he leaps forward a little bit because of the ability from Ivern on that. And uh-oh, is Lux also going to go down? Nope, doesn't quite look like it. The Hex Drinker does keep Fiora alive. And so much damage coming from Nesua, but then he gets so much damage taken back. Command Shockwave is not quite up yet. It looks like it takes a little more time. And there's completely oppressing all this. Oh, headshot takes out Orianna immediately. No reaction time within there. And now Caitlyn turns on the backside and takes another kill on that one. And looks like they're going to be able to close out this game. They just immediately pressured down. And that Caitlyn was popped off, as you said a little bit ago, and just did not stop pressing down on the gas.
Absolutely. He was, as soon as he hit that 3 items, man, he did not stop going. Absolutely insane. I feel like this was pretty close to what we were talking about with the compositions going into this game. Kings had a really good idea there of all of those shields protecting their carries. Orianna was doing absolutely everything that he could to just demolish the mid lane and carry the game. But unfortunately, the damage from KU just outscaled as soon as we hit, that 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, I think that they a little bit baited them, kind of sleepered their way through the landing phase, and then just came back and were completely impressive. I mean, look at that Caitlyn. That was not there at all.
Yeah.
So do you think that this comp coming from KU was their specialty? This is what they've been practicing? This is what they wanted to come here and win with? or was this just kind of a let's have fun, let's gauge it and see what happens team?
I think it worked out better than they probably planned for it to. I think that the Kings kind of gave them a little bit of a step up with that Ivern pick. Ivern's annoying, but he doesn't do damage. And if you've already got a Karma that's going to shield like she is, you saw a lot of times the double redemption coming down in fights that kind of helped. But, I mean, if you're not going to do damage like a Graves can do damage, then that's not a good counter pick at all.
And also go back to that Lux pick in mid. Lux is a good champion, but did not really do anything that fight. If I was Lux in this game, I would type to Caitlyn and say thanks for the carry because I didn't do anything that game.
Yeah.
And that's so I had to feel like that wasn't quite their entire comp they're looking at, because there's so many other champions I feel like Lux that their mid laner could have played that would have been slightly more effective. But kind of even with Graves, but at the same time I mean, they're still strong picks. I'm not saying they're weak picks. I just think that if they wanted to turn up to 11, then there could have been some other changes that were made, and maybe they did, kind of as Glitter was saying, kind of bait them out a little bit. And we'll give you your VR, we'll give you your Orianna, and still be able to pull it out in the end. And it was pretty good like that.
Well, and that's what I mean. The Fiora and the Orianna that they were given performed the way they expected. They performed well.
Razesh, you just commented on something I was thinking of as well. Twitch I don't think he was banned.
He was not banned.
Yeah, because
no.
they picked Ashe up in the first rotation and the first three picks, and I would agree. Ashe can do great when it comes to making some picks, but is not as hyper carry as someone like a Twitch, and we've seen him practice that. So I was surprised that he wasn't picked out. Actually, I was thinking that's why he had been practicing, was so that way he can come to a tournament like this and pull out the Twitch and then be able to show people. And maybe that's why they didn't pick it. Maybe they do want to somewhat save that for later on. But I think Twitch would have been definitely a better pick within there.
And funny story again, we talked about that Lucian being one of the super heavy picks of both of these teams. We assumed it was going to be either first banned or first picked, and we didn't see anything of it.
That's true.
So it's interesting to me. Wonder if that's going to be one of those that we're going to see in the near future from either of these two teams or not. But
that Caitlyn was fun to watch, though.
That Caitlyn was.
Yeah,
I mean,
holy
I like
cow.
the Ashe pick into that because their range kind of matches each other, and I assume that's what they were going for. Same thing with the Karma and Nami. Those two kind of balance each other back and forth. I really don't like Karma at all. I don't think it's a strong champion. I know that it can be. I don't find it oppressive. It's very easy to dodge her Qs. And that's pretty much all she's got. And then she's a Janna,
Well,
less impressive Janna.
And what they were doing was they were trying to just either Q or Matcha Q the back line, so that way Jax could just hit a volley and try to keep up with how much Caitlyn was pushing. And in the past, we'd kind of talked about the King's weakness more so being in the bot lane. Again, not that the bot lane is weak, but that if you can put Captain Jax kind of back on his back foot, he's not able to do as much. Maybe that's why they picked Ashe. They realized, hey, we may not be able to win this lane, so let's pick something that out of lane we can be able to win with. And I mean, they were doing such a good job. They continued to have that 2,000 gold lead for a while, and we're picking out people with an Ashe ult, or we're using Nesua with his command shockwave to be able to kill a lot of people. But they almost got Kings themselves in the sense where KU was able to win a fight and then just continually bounce around the objectives, and Kings couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to this great game that we just had. That was game number 2. We are heading into what is considered the semifinals of the winners bracket here. We're going to take a quick timeout, refresh, go to the bathroom. I need to grab something to eat. I'm getting hungry.
I thought I'd say I need to go to the bathroom. I was gonna.
I'll have to keep you guys up to date. I will put in chat because I know that that dinner is supposed to start at 6, and I know that that's always one of those things that everybody wants to get to and wants to get their food. KCGameOn is one of these awesome LAN parties events that does provide dinner with the cost of admission. Absolutely incredible event. I can't believe that they do all of this. And it is also in part to all of these sponsors all the way around us. Everybody listed up here around us has helped impact this this day, this event, and everything that we're doing today. So big shout out to them. I know that everybody is going to want to go get food. So, and that I know that starts at 6, so I'll have to keep everybody in the loop. I will try to find out as quick as I can if we're going to be playing another game before then, or if we're all going to just get in line right now to wait for food or not.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I will let you guys know in chat at some point whether we're going to do that or not. But thanks for sticking with us. I'm going to also play this ASIO commercial. Make sure you get down there into that lobby if you're here. Check out these keyboards. They've given us 5 keyboards to give to the winners of the tournament today. Absolutely incredible, beautiful looking keyboards. Very, very nice looking. So definitely stick around, and we'll be back at some point. I'll let you know exactly when.
Sounds good. See you guys.
This is it. This is my moment. My journey to the stage has finally come. Playing with the pros against the pros. Getting here wasn't easy. It took long days of hard work, dedication, and a passion to keep moving forward. And it's that passion that's driving me to keep going, even if I don't know what lies ahead. But I do know one thing. It all started here.
Hello, 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 everybody. We said that we were going, and we came right back because one of the games that we were excited to see has actually already started. So we are jumping back and getting everything going. So this is Tempest, and they paused the game. Fair enough. That's good. We jump right into that, and it's unpausing. That's okay. But it's Tempest, and what was the other team again? As I catch you with a snack in your mouth, because this really did happen kind of like last minute, last second that everything's going on here. He's looking it up. Dun, da, da, da. Next level? Next level.
KC Tempest versus Next Level.
All right, so KC Tempest is going to be on the blue side, and we have Next Level on the red side. So with everything jumping into there, let's see really quick. Actually, this will help us out if we rearrange all of this a little bit here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll put them there. That's in the top lane. This is really weird. It's difficult when they all have something weird. It's almost like they have a purple team going on there. But so some notable things real quick. Cho'Gath top lane.
Yep.
We
I like
commented earlier about like how long ago I've seen a Garen play. The last time I saw a Cho'Gath being played was I think a couple years ago or so, at least a couple seasons when Cho'Gath was kind of meta in the mid lane. So I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while, so we're gonna see how that does in the top lane because he is going against a Shen who does start with a Doran shield and so is able to really take a lot of that damage. And then the other thing that I like to point out from here is this Malzahar mid. Malzahar was originally a mid laner and then was changed up a little bit, and people played him mid, then played him jungle, then played him support, and he kind of found a home in support. Well, then they nerfed him. And then he just got a buff again, didn't he? And so I think we've actually seen him really rocket up in win rate in the mid lane. Orbital usually likes to play more of those controlling, pushy types of players, and so we'll see how that goes in mid lane.
A lot of damage already going down to this Cho'Gath. He looks like he's starting out pretty slow. A lot of damage also coming out to the Morgana. A couple last auto attacks coming in from the Ezreal. But nobody has quite gone down yet. Everybody's got their potions healing up.
Headphones help. I was like, why can't I hear it?
All right. Again, so I apologize that
good route.
that we did get into this game definitely a little bit late. Unfortunately, we are like an entire building away from everybody else that is playing in this in the tournament. So every once in a while, we're just kind of running around trying to figure out who's about to get into game, who's not in game, all of these different things. So we were able to jump into this game right as they were starting. So wanted to, if they were gonna play another game before dinner, we wanted to cast it. So I guess screw me being hungry. We'll just cast a game.
See, the secret is you go towards the end, and that way you can take as much as you want. You don't feel bad.
Yeah, but we're gonna get like weird flavors, like
Oh man.
mushroom.
Yeah, that's a bonkers flavor.
I'm just kidding. They get more pizza than like an army could eat. So
I think
Is it pizza this time?
Nick said something about hamburgers, hot dogs, or something.
Oh.
changing it
Something
up.
like that, I think.
I mean, sometimes they'll change it up, pizza, wings, and things like
Yeah.
that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But just kind of focusing back into that kind of, I say kind of, I think Cho'Gath top lane is off meta. I mean, he
Yeah.
got it changed not too long ago. And I know like people like Skara were trying to work him out. I just see a binding coming onto Baram, and he has to actually flash away. And so now Exhaust coming on the row, and he arcane shifts away. So much damage is coming out there into the bot lane, and not like the most flashy of ganks, but Graves just did a lot of damage within there. We see FFJ looking on the backside with that big blobby green person, Zachary.
Yeah, trying to get a bait going in here, but unfortunately Zach's jump isn't quite long enough, and they're gonna fall short as Next Level, their bot lane just decides to back up and stay out of range of that Zach.
Zesh gets me mushroom pizza. Gross. I don't know. They may have had vegetarian options. I suppose cheese pizza is vegetarian.
Yeah.
That would
Another
count.
binding coming
Wow.
out there.
Yeah.
Just this Morgana has just kind of squeaked them by those minions, and I don't know if those are on purpose and this person's really good with Morgana, or if they've just been kind of accidental and just catching out Ro and autofill support. But I'm liking this Morgana. Morgana you usually don't see in the bot lane, and it's fun.
See, I've been playing a lot of Morgana as support, and the second that I would see this bot lane, I absolutely hate playing against an Ezreal, because
Yeah.
they just, anytime you throw a bind at them, they just shift out of it. Very, very annoying until you get a couple points into that queue and the cooldown goes way down. But man, I just hate queuing up against an Ezreal, because I don't think I've ever landed a bind against an Ezreal, and now they're just coming out like crazy. So definitely props to this Morgana for being able to hit an Ezreal in the first place, let alone just how close these have been.
Yeah. And no kills have come out yet, but we see a 600 gold lead around there coming out for Tempest, and this is purely by the gold that you can get on the map. You know, technically we should be seeing even gold within here, but it's because of that CS lead. A flash forward from Orbital suppressing onto that into the mid laner Orianna. We see this Shen ult comes out there. Taunt does
Wow.
actually catch
Oh,
up.
wow.
Malzahar trying to walk away. He has no flash, and so he's going to keep going by Reborn Jaeger. FFJ does try to come in as well as Smite so that we can slow down. And flash forward, does get the W, does get the kill onto that. And then, great job from Zach. That's
Wow.
why you ban Zach, because he's able to queue onto the champion, and then he can just like auto attack and smack people together. And that was just Zach coming in here. Now he's 2-0-0.
Oh, we got the telebot now. I thought that Ro was about to tower dive. He does like to go a little ham.
Does have to flash out, so he is safe. Somewhat of a wasted TP, I would say, but there's no.
Every time. That's Morgana.
And there's the arcane shift, so really making sure Ro just can't get up there and be, pokey. And man, this. Oh, there it is again, another one, and able to get the trap down. Actually, does not connect. No cupcake for Ro, but does get auto attacked by Caitlyn's long range. Is she going to flash up there? She is going to heal.
Heal
Good job
comes
from
out.
Ro, having his finger. He had his finger
Oh,
on
yeah,
heal. He's like, if the
absolutely.
guy flashes.
Don't go back in with that Morgana, you crazy man. He's just looking to die.
Man. All right, yes, he is going to stay very low, but he's going to stay under his tower to grab as much of that CS and all that gold that he can. But the next level are just going to go ahead and grab that dragon then, because they know that they're not going to be able to contest it, especially bot lane being so low. So that's going to be a very early Infernal Drake for them. Very good pickup when they're already at this point behind just a little bit.
Okay.
Ultimate coming out to secure those 2 creeps.
Build up his tier.
I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody watch that KU game.
Yeah.
Throw your ultimate whenever it's up.
Taunt doesn't land from Reborn Jaeger, and we've seen Reborn Jaeger really kind of just come to a really high standard when it comes to League KC. I hadn't seen him before, and the first games I've been casting with Reborn Jaeger, man, he just he let me know pretty quick that he's really here to play and really knows what he's doing in the top lane. So it's been fun seeing him, and I don't think I've seen him on a Shin yet. And FFJ looking like he actually is going to be able to pick up, knock up this orbital in the mid lane. Malzahar turns around, suppresses, but that's not going to be doing anything because the Let's Bounce actually picks him up, interrupts the Malzahar ultimate, and they pick up that easy kill.
That is a combo I have not seen, and that is nice.
Yeah, lots of knockups. Yasuo wishes he was on this team right now. All right, so that is 3-0 for KC Tempest. Off to a semi good start at this point. Most of their lanes are ahead, if not very ahead, when you're looking at something like mid lane. 92 CS to 56.
Oof.
That is that's quite the difference at this point right now.
Well, unfortunately, that Malzahar had done a very nice job to start with to get Orianna down in mana, just because she has to pop so much just to get his shield off. But he never capitalized on it. He didn't go in on her, not once, until he finally got his ult up. And obviously didn't have the vision around to successfully do that one.
The chain CC coming in here, and great job with all the Vorpal spikes, making sure that no one can continue to follow, and he flashes over the Tri-Brush, and I think he's going to survive.
Is going to get out, man.
Oh, here comes the
Ezreal.
Ezreal. It's going to miss.
Is going to miss.
But that was a great try.
Yeah,
that was a great job
absolutely.
from Shogath, Omnivoa, to make sure that he just kept going, because he definitely would have got picked up,
Yep,
and I bet he would have been
absolutely.
killed.
This Zach already, I feel, paying off though, hitting those jumps when they've really counted at this point, doing a lot of damage and doing a lot of knockups at this point.
You can barely hear us, Ewok.
I don't know. Seems to
Barely
be only
hear
his
us?
problem.
Yeah, it's only you.
Everybody else
I was
is
gonna say we
not having a problem.
can continue to turn ourselves up.
We may not have been
out,
talking. That may have been why you didn't hear us.
I figured out how to turn it up, so if we do need to turn it up a little bit, we can.
No, he fixed it. Yeah, it was Ewok.
Oh, nice. All right. All right.
Those look like the Cho'Gath is going for Roa and trying to be able to ideally try to stack some health, and I mean, if this game goes long enough and Cho'Gath can actually just kind of farm up and get some HP going on there, I'm not sure really who can be able to take him out, because you don't see Ezreal as someone who's a tank shredder usually, especially when it looks like he is going for either the Trinity Force or Iceborne Gauntlet. And Orianna's not one that is going to be able to get in there and just really shredding someone down. And sure, they could get something like Leandra's Torment and be able to do a lot of damage there. But, I mean, if you're going to miss Vorpal Sucks like that, you're not going to really be able to hang very long with the Shin. And there's another root coming out there. No Chop coming out from behind to heal as he just is kind of standing there taking a lot of damage.
Wow.
Here comes FFJ coming the backside.
And the Shen ult. Wow.
Let's Balance trying to get closer onto the Caitlyn. He does actually pull him back together. There is the Chilling Smite to be able to help secure the kill out there. And what seemed like a really good engage, Ro just kind of stood his ground knowing that his team was right behind him, and that call just coming in there. Great job from Shin as well, waiting for Ezreal to get low enough HP so that way his Shin ult actually came in and actually shielded for more. So just great team fight, and a great bait coming in from everyone in there, and the flash coming out from Graves so it doesn't get picked off.
And really, I think the Braum was huge in that last fight too. Coming out with his shield the second that Ezreal got rooted up, he tanked a whole lot of damage and kept him alive, kept Ezreal alive with his ultimate as well, just knocking up, buying him a little bit of extra time for everybody else to get there. Really, really solid play by Braum there as well.
Is that just because you love Braum?
I love Braum. I love Braum. But I'm sorry, because I play a lot of support as well, so that's typically what I like to see. I love Braum, and he's not played enough anymore right now. So I just thought that I feel like he was one of the only reasons that Ezreal lived through that.
I'm just giving you a good hard time. If I tease Glitter about Nami, I have to tease you about Braum, so it's only fair.
Fine.
Of course, Orianna's been like every game, so I'm not complaining either. Good job too, like in this game with trying to get vision. I saw that in the top side. I'm seeing that in the bot side as well. So I'm enjoying seeing really both teams again going after this vision and trying to make sure that they really can see where everyone's coming, especially that Zach. Again, for anyone listening, ban Zach. I don't know if that's just usually what you want to do when it comes to especially FFJA. I mean, I feel like if you just look up his... Well, actually, to be fair, if you look up his OPG.gg, he probably doesn't have a lot of Zach because it's always banned out, which, again, should tell you that you should still always ban out Zach.
Yeah.
Twitch chat noticing that Malzahar's not building any mana regen. They think because he's too far behind. Who needs mana?
Let's Bounce, able to pull the trigger. Oh, miscommunication from Reborn
man.
Jaeger, but he actually flashes over.
No.
So definitely a misplay coming out there. Just no communication on using Let's Bounce and FFJ.
They don't care. They're just going to keep going.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going, trying to keep this Cho'Gath down, who's actually up in CS. So
I feel like Cho'Gath should not be this slippery. Like, he's a big guy. He should be easy to hit, but man, he's getting out with a sliver of health every time.
I think Orbital's looking. Yeah, he looks for the flash forward, able to nail down the suppression, and I just don't see the collateral damage able to take out the kill. No, because of that Barry coming forward, and Braum doing what he can, showing that he has the muscles. And Orion not able to actually land the command attack, but she's going to try to be able to pull the ball back to herself.
Wow.
Command dissonance and able to take out that kill. Ultimate coming in from Morgana, snaring up Road, happens within there, and Caitlyn takes the kill, immediately ults on to, gets a double kill because of that ultimate in there. Great command shockwave coming in there, picking up a kill, a triple kill coming from Caitlyn, but Shen picks up a kill on the backside, and looks like there's all going to go forward onto the Shen. Zach trying to be able to pull some people together, smacks together the Cho'Gath and the minion, and I think everyone's just going to back out from here, but that Caitlyn just looked like she auto-attacked 2 or 3 times and got 3 kills.
Yeah, that was insane. This is one of those where everybody just got bound by the Morgana or just stuck somewhere and they just couldn't move. Almost every single one of these kills, somebody was literally just CC'd until they died and they just couldn't do anything about it. Man, ultimate, yeah, coming out from the Cho'Gath, dealing some damage, but is going to go down to that turret. Unfortunately, it was just one auto attack away from getting that kill too.
Which is kind of a shame because they put an indicator underneath for Cho'Gath to be able to see underneath the thing that you're about to consume if you're actually going to be able to kill it with your ultimate. And obviously that was not showing, and so he missed it.
So after that very extended fight, 17 minutes in, we're at 8-3 in kills. KC Tempest still leading by almost 4,000 gold at this point, and it's going to be more as soon as they take this turret down. Ezreal really wants to get it down. Actually, looks like Caitlyn, Morgana, and Graves are going to be there probably before they can get it down. Ezreal, not also known as the Tank Shredder. Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication there. Graves still just kind of kept running in as both Caitlyn and Morgana were backing out.
Zach on the
Here comes
backside.
the binding.
Oh, so close. Spell shield coming in, very very important there, keeping Caitlyn in her spot and alive. Now they're
Good damage coming from Riverside. He uses the command shockwave, that delay time for the charge up, actually able to cancel out suppression, and he turns around that kill. Riverside on this Orianna. We've usually seen it banned, like in League KC, so...
Oh, that's gotta feel so bad as Malzahar. Oh, you would think that would cancel it. His ultimate would cancel that. But, oh,
well, you
man.
got that channel time, and I mean that honestly, that's one of the best feelings as an Orianna when you can predict when you use ultimate like that. So, and he picks up that's first tower blood in the mid lane. So, I think he deserved that. 3-1 and 3 on Orianna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it looks like the KC Tempest is going to dive and try to, or at least Zach.
Wow, Zach's gonna bring in the party.
is going to grab that Caitlyn. They're all getting really low. They're gonna try to do as much as they can. They are eventually going to get this turret as Zach's passive is going to get popped.
Oh my goodness.
Orianna coming in from the back though is going to be able to clean up those 2 kills as Zach respawns. And Malzahar, in just a little bit too far, is going to take that shameful gray screen as the support gets the kill. And top lane is going to just keep slapping each other with their noodles. Yeah, this fight is only going to get worse the longer we watch it. The farther the game goes in.
Here we go.
It was pretty exciting at the beginning of the game, but at this point now they're getting a little bit tankier.
Oh, that's the indicator.
Man, that is the indicator though. And of course, literally the opposite of everything I'm just saying today. Such a boring top lane as we get a flash ultimate for the kill on Shen. This means that KC Tempest are going to be able to grab this Drake for themselves as well. That Mountain Drake should come in handy.
Especially being 7,000 gold up, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially grabbing that like right before this Baron spawns.
Did that do any damage?
No.
But,
This did.
Roeth is classic, flash into the mastery, both in the good times and bad.
Yes.
5-1 and 4 Orianna went for the death cap right away, which I think honestly she should have gone for the Luden's Echo, the little bit of movement speed that it gives, can be able to help make sure that she stays out of range from, or dodge a binding, stays out of range for the Cho'Gath, stays out of range from the Malzahar. But I mean, when you are 5, 1, and 4 with 200 CS at 20 minutes, you just kind of build whatever you feel like and then one-shot people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially when you're looking at most of the team, basically everybody but Cho'Gath is probably susceptible to that one-shot at this point.
Yeah.
You know, Morgana does have the black shield to be able to throw onto somebody, but I mean, if you're still 1v1ing that Malzahar, I would rather just one-shot him than try to, you know, outrun him and his little minions at this point. So liking the pickup, especially when he's this far ahead, you know, in your Malzahar's 0-5. But KC Tempest just going to steal another kill against that Graves as he goes and gets caught out. Looks like they're going to try to grab this.
Plant fail.
They're going to try to grab this top turret. And with only Cho'Gath up there, he is going to let it go and give that tower over, giving KC Tempest just even more of a lead at this point.
The old ADC
1v1.
1v1.
He's
Oh, he
cheating.
cheated.
He definitely knew he was going to get that in. Went very
There it
aggressive,
is.
very early on.
FFJ, here comes the ball delivery system. Cho'Gath just really caught out, trying to clear out those minion waves. And less bounce pulls him back. Here's Command Shockwave, just throwing him around. He might be able to survive this unless they just keep going
That's a
at it.
lot.
Really keep going that. And Riverside just doing so much damage within there. And at the same time, they are taking down that bot turret.